For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or cheap games on any platform, use the referral link in the description. It'll take you to g2a.com. Use the promo code CHES over there and you'll get yourself 3% cash back. For all No Identity merchandise, hats, hoodies and t-shirts, follow the link in the description down below to the No Identity Fan Fibre website. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 1 of a brand new series here on the Chesnoy Gaming channel. As you can tell from what's on your screen and the shirt I'm wearing, it's Southampton. We're starting back in the Premier League. The Roma Career Mode series will continue on a daily basis, don't worry about that. The Become a Legend series will continue as well, don't worry about that. This is a third series for the channel. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss anything. Hit that notification bell as well so you get a notification every single time that a video goes live, and that way you will definitely ensure that no videos are missed. Drop the video a like if you're looking forward to this series. I very much am looking forward to this series. Gonna have a look at the squad as it is right now in episode number 1. We'll play our first game as well so we can get a feel of how the side plays with its current roster. Speaking of rosters, they recently updated the overall rosters to include transfer deadline day deals as well. So all of the transfers that were through on transfer deadline day and throughout the January window are updated for this series. So Aubameyang and Mkhitaryan are at Arsenal, Alexis Sanchez at Manchester United, of course. Players like Giroud and Emerson from Roma are at Chelsea. Aymeric Laporte is at Manchester City, Barkley's at Chelsea as well. All of the various different moves that were key for the transfer window just gone, they're all in this save, and we'll be moving forward with the squads as they are, pushing from the start of the season, but with the squads as they are right now as I record this on February the 2nd, 2018. So we'll have a look at what the board expect from us and how much money we've got to improve the side to achieve those expectations. Quite high expectations for a side that, whilst yes, have been okay in real life in the past 2 or 3 seasons, they aren't necessarily having the best of time of things this year. So I was expecting them to not quite be so expectant of me in season number 1. Short-term growth is easily manageable. A youth player with regards 5 games, that should be easy enough. I'll do a scout future star. We've already sent out a scout to look for a young talent, and with regards to the long-term one, we've got 2 seasons to do that. We have to bring up 2 players from the youth academy, and they have to play at least 50% of the games in the next season. But of course, I could do that over the course of 2 years. So that should be okay, that should be manageable. And it's not necessarily a drastically important one. I'd rather do the short-term one and get that out of the way. It's not going to affect our overall standing as a manager too much, although youth development is a high priority at the club. £26.4 million worth of shirt sales, that should easily be achievable, especially if we make a signing or 2 in the January window. Of course, we are without Virgil van Dijk, who's at Liverpool now. Long-term financial gain, we need to increase the club's worth by 20% over the course of 3 seasons. Again, that shouldn't be a problem. The natural progression of us throughout the career mode should ensure that club value goes up by much, much more than 20%. Domestic success, they only want us to finish mid-table in season number 1, which is fantastic. They would like us to reach the round of 16 of the FA Cup as well. So domestic success, it says high, but they're really, really attainable achievements. And then within 3 seasons, they want me to finish in the top 4. I'm hoping that by the end of season 2, we should be able to finish in the top 4. I'd love to get Europa League football for next season by finishing in the top 6 this year, but I'm not sure how well the league season is going to go. Of course, we are on Legendary, and I will be using my increased difficulty Legendary sliders. I'll show you them at some point in this video as we move through. Then Continental success at present, no objectives because we're not in Europe. We'll have to wait until next season for, providing we qualify, which we should do. We shall wait and see what the board want from us in Europe. So domestically, not that difficult theoretically, and I have a decent budget to do stuff with. We have £44.4 million currently in the transfer budget. As you can see, an 83 to 17% split. That should be pretty achievable with regards the options we have for the board expectations. That amount of money, we should drastically be able to increase the quality of the team. So let's have a quick look through the squad listing then. We don't actually have that many players out on loan. We actually do have quite a large squad. So we'll start at the top. We'll start with the goalkeeper. The default formation is a 4-2-3-1. I will use that initially, but I may change things up. I actually haven't used the 4-2-3-1, which is my preferred formation, for a while now. Obviously in Chelsea we switched to a 4-3-2-1, and at Roma we've been using a 4-3-3. But goalkeeping wise, we have Alex McCarthy, as you can see, 27 years of age, 75 rated. Jack Rose, who's 22 and 60 rated. I can't sell him on or do anything with him because I believe he's new at the club, or at least it won't let me. Yeah, no, his contract is expiring in 12 months. Okay, well, let me off camera go and improve his contract. Stuart Taylor, oh, that's weird. I can do something with him. Maybe Rose is new to the club. I'm not sure. Doesn't say whether he's on loan or not. I don't think he's on loan. You guys will have to let me know in the comment section down below. I'll offer him a new contract and then maybe it'll let me do something with him. Stuart Taylor, I'll just add to the transfer list. 36 years of age. We obviously have Fraser Forster as well, 29 years old. I'm not sure whether I'll train either keeper. I might look to sell one of them and bring in a new goalkeeper. We'll have to wait and see. Fraser Forster will start for me and Alex McCarthy will be a backup. But they are very similar in rating. It's just that Fraser Forster being 6'7", of course. That will give him the edge, plus he has the +1 overall. Right back wise, we have Cedric, who will be my starter. You can see his stats here. Decent pace, okay in the tackle. We have 18-year-old Jan Valery, who I will add to the loan list. And we have Jeremy Piet as well, who's 28 years of age. Can play in a multitude of positions there, as you can see, right back, right mid and left back. Not the fastest, and again, okay in the tackle. Not sure where I'll use him. I might consider bringing in another right back, but for backup for now he's probably going to be good enough. Like we say, we don't actually have that much of an issue with regards where we need to finish in the league, so it's not drastically important that we go out and sign 5 world-class players immediately season 1. That A, wouldn't be realistic, and B, I kind of like to take my time with this series rather than going out and splashing on 5 big names at the beginning of the season and then kind of struggling from window to window. Maybe I'll make 1 marquee signing and a couple of side signings per window or even per season and just see how things develop. Maya Yoshida is going to be starting as centre-back alongside Wesley Hurt, the Dutch centre-back. Only 23 years of age, so hopefully we could get some growth out of him. And they're 75 and 77 rated respectively. Neither are very quick, but they're not super slow, so we should be able to manage with that. We do also have Jan Bednarik, who's 21 years of age at 68 rated. He will definitely be able to play some sort of rotation role and or play in cup games. Florian Gardosh is a player I would like to move on, most certainly, so I'll add him to the transfer list. Then we have Alfie Jones too. I would like to maybe bring in a new centre-back. We have Jack Stevens as well, who's 23 and 71 rated, so actually slightly better than Jan Bednarik. I'll have to wait and see what happens. I do have then 4 centre-backs that would be good enough for first-team football. Yoshida, Hurt, Bednarik and Stevens, but I would consider bringing in a new centre-back and maybe selling on or loaning out for the time being Bednarik or Stevens. You guys will have to let me know. Left-back wise, we have Matthew Targett, who's out on loan currently at Fulham. Hopefully he can grow a little bit whilst out in the Championship. We have Sam Mcqueen, who's 67 rated. Looks alright physically, but his technical stats could definitely do with some improvement, and obviously first team is going to be Ryan Bertrand. Not sure how much growth we'll get out of him at 27 years of age now, but obviously 80 rated, one of the high rated players in the squad, will be superb for us and undoubtedly will be my starting left back. Not sure what to do there. Might train Sam Mcqueen perhaps, rather than bringing in new talent and then hope that Matthew Targett can also grow. We'll just have to wait and see. We'll play that one by ear. With regards to CDM, of course, if we are going to stick with the 4-2-3-1 for the time being, we have Oriol Romeu, former Chelsea player and Valencia player. Good in the tackle, good, strong, physical player. Not that quick off the mark with 52 sprint speed, but okay in the pass with a short passing of 79. So a player that I could probably use as just kind of a ball-winning midfielder, and then alongside him we could play someone like maybe Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. We do have Stephen Davis at the club, but he's 32 now, so I am going to add him to the transfer list. His stats are only going to drop, so I kind of want to maximise my ability to get as much money for him as possible. Jordi Claessy actually is out on loan currently at Club Brugge, so we'll have to wait and see what he looks like when he comes back from loan. I'm going to send Jake Flanagan out on loan as well. Harrison Reed hopefully can grow a little bit out on loan also. Or a CDM and a all-round central midfielder. But obviously James Ward-Prowse is going to play a massive part in this save, not just this season, but the entire save. Similarly with Mario Lemina as well. Lemina, a nice all-round player that could improve offensively and defensively, both of them in their early 20s with the potential to grow into the 80s. We do have Josh Sims, who can play on the left-hand side of midfield. Nathan Redmond can play on either side, and I think I'd prefer Nathan Redmond on the right. At present, he's actually got James Ward-Prowse playing on the right, but I'm going to drop him into midfield. Dusan Tadic is a player that is a cam that can play out wide, but considering he's not the fastest, I would prefer to use him at cam. I think that's where he would be best. So I will try and utilise him in a central role. We have Callum Slattery, who's 57 rated. We will send him out on loan. We have Jake Hesketh, who's 21 years of age now and still only 64 rated, unfortunately. So I will add him to the loan list. And then with regards strikers, I have a number at the club, of course. Ryan Seager and Sam Gallagher and Marcus Barnes are all out on loan. Sam Gallagher being the better of the trio, 69 rated at 21 years of age. We'll just have to wait and see how they grow. Ryan Seager, actually, on Football Manager at least, grows really well. So maybe he'll do that on FIFA as well. We will send Olamola... Oh, I've backed up there. Lol. We'll send Olamola out on loan. Let me just switch that around like that so they'll come back to the top. So we'll send Olamola out on loan. I will do the same with Michael Obafemi. I cannot do the same with Michael Obafemi. So I won't be able to do that, unfortunately. Charlie Austin or Manolo Gabbiadini as my starting striker, I'm not sure. Or Shane Long. We do have some good strikers at the club. He's 30 years old though, Shane Long. So I might have to consider either moving him on now or moving him on in January. I will take your feedback on that one. But we do have a number of players that can do a job for us. Charlie Austin perhaps doesn't suit my style, similarly to Edin Dzeko at Roma, although it wasn't my intention actually to sell Dzeko on. Manolo Gabbiadini's probably going to be the best striker for me initially. Again, Guido Carrillo isn't really going to suit my style, more of a target man, similarly to Charlie Austin. It's just not the way that I play football, unfortunately. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with the striking role. That one is definitely up for grabs with regards either new players coming in or other, kind of sideline players making their move for the first team. And obviously, Sofiane Boufal will be starting on the left-hand side for me. So there is room for growth in pretty much every position. So it remains to be seen what we do. I've obviously, as we've gone through, added players to the shortlist and to the loan list, to the transfer list, sorry, and to the loan list. So we will have to wait and see. Like I say, I'm going to play Nathan Redmond on the right. And I think Lemina and Ward-Prowse will be my starting two there. So let me go and put Sofiane Boufal on the left. Yoshida, Cedric, Hurt, Bertrand, and actually let's go Fraser Forster. And I think that will be the starting lineup that I go into the first game with here, which will be against, as we'll find out in a moment's time. Actually, I think we've got Las Palmas, Leganés, who I think the first game is, again, it's off the top of my head, and indeed it is. And we have Bordeaux in our group as well. There's about £6.8 million available in pre-season, and it's a very winnable tournament, it has to be said, although the side isn't actually as strong as I thought it might be as we move into this save here at Southampton. So there is clearly a long way ahead of us with regards pushing towards the top of English and European football, but it will be a journey. It's not going to be a 1 or 2 season wonder series like the Chelsea and Roma ones have been. This one will last a little bit longer, of course, as previously mentioned. When the Roma series ends at the end of season 2, which has just begun, the Youth Regen Road to Glory series will start alongside this Southampton one in place of the Roma series. So for now, Southampton, Roma, and Become a Legend, and then once Roma ends, the Youth Regen RTG will take its place, and we'll have Southampton, the Youth RTG, and the Become a Legend all going alongside each other. So they're my initial thoughts on how the squad stands right now and what the board want from us and what our expectations are and how much money we have to spend. So, as always, you guys have a massive input in which players I sign. So do let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. As is always the case, I will go and record episode 2 ahead of time as well to ensure that I can keep up with the daily uploads. So do keep your eyes peeled for episode 2. I believe as you see this, episode 2 of the Roma Career Mode Season 2 is going up later on this afternoon. If you missed episode 1 of that, then go and recap so you can jump into episode 2 later and be bang up to speed with that series as well. But this is episode 1 of a brand new Southampton Career Mode. Let's go and jump into our first game, see if we can't get ourselves a victory in what hopefully should be a straightforward win. As mentioned, I'm playing on Legendary with the sliders that I use to make it even harder. As you can see here, acceleration and sprint speed the same. I said I'd go through these. 35 shot error, 15 pass error for the CPU. And moving through, everything is as it should be, other than goalkeeper ability up to 60. So the goalkeepers are slightly better. Run frequencies up to 60 as well, so that offensive players are harder to track defensively. And first touch control is down to 30, so their first touches are better. As you can see here, all of my stats are still exactly default. So we're on a legendary, and the CPU are increasingly more difficult. We'll have to wait and see how things go here with Southampton, but I'm slightly confident of getting a decent win. I hope. Out to Sofiane Boufal. Through there to Shane Long. Try and use some acceleration maybe. Get the shot off. Good save by Cuellar. Well, it's going to be a battle for the starting striker role to start off with between Shane Long and Manolo Gabbiadini. Lamina with a header straight at the keeper. Two good chances in the opening 5 minutes. That gives me more confidence that we might be able to do a decent thing in pre-season and win as much money as possible, which is probably the most important thing at this stage when we're looking to improve the team from the off. Nice flicked on header by Shane Long. Boufal gets there. One of the quickest players I have in my team. James Ward-Prowse forward to Nathan Redmond, who's also one of the fastest players I have in my team. And Shane Long threads through Dusan Tadic, who tucks that away nicely. Southampton 1, Leganés 0 after 9.5 minutes. That was a really nicely put together move, actually. You see him just run off Shane Long there, Dusan Tadic. And then squaring it across goal. Good finish on his weaker foot. Of course, Dusan Tadic left-footed. I'm pleased with that. That was a nice move. 1-0. Garcia into Perez. Across to Guerrero. This is good football from Leganés, playing the ball about like you would expect a Spanish side to do. Here's Szymanowski, or Szymanowski, I don't quite know how to pronounce his name actually. It's a lovely spin by Guerrero. Rather frustratingly, my goalkeeper's kit is exactly the same as their kit. Green top, green shorts. So that could get quite disconcerting in the box when the balls start flying in like this. But thankfully, Fraser Forster's easy to spot because he towers over everybody else. Redmond into Ward-Prowse. I see Lamina just stood there waiting for it. I'll quickly look for Shane Long. Try a bit of a turn. That's worked well. Out here to Boufal. Decent effort. Well saved down low by Cuellar. We are dominating the game to this point, which is good news. Arasso into Guerrero. Back to Arasso. Nicely out wide to Amrabat. Driving into the box. Scooping it towards the back post, and Cedric heads away. Again, very pleased with our defensive work, but Nathan Redmond get caught in possession there. Good footwork from Guerrero and off the post. Good ball down the line. Szymanowski, an early cross and a good header from Guerrero that is actually a stunning goal. Leganés fight back. 6 minutes into the second half. That was a really good header. It was full 18 yards out, wasn't he there, Guerrero? On the edge of the box. Ball's whipped in and about 16, 17 yards. That is a wonderful header. What a goal. Fraser Forster might be 6'7", but he got nowhere near that. And into Boufal. Let's turn, wait for Bertrand to go on the overlap. There we go. Got Shane Long in the box. Got at the back post Nathan Redmond, who kind of ran underneath the ball there. Corner to come in from that far side. Dusan Tadic to take it. That's a decent whip. I'm not sure whether to use Tadic or James Ward-Prowse for my set pieces. I could perhaps use a mixture of the two of them and they could just take it in turns. You guys will have to let me know. Bertrand rather cheekily comes away with the ball there. And Boufal could turn inside, although he's got absolutely no strength whatsoever. So let's make a few changes. Let's bring on Manolo Gabbiadini up top. We'll bring on Oriol Romeu in the midfield to add that extra defensive option. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg for Tadic, and then try James Ward-Prowse at cam. So he does have decent ball control and dribbling, and I might be able to whip the ball into the top corner. As you can see, he takes finesse free kicks. Maybe his finesse shooting will be pretty good. We'll have to wait and see. I'll make a change in defence as well. Hurt's actually been very good, so I'll take out Maya Yoshida. And other than that, I think we'll crack on. I have to remember, though, that Gabbiadini is left-footed. Hopefully, he can get us back in front. Good ball down the line to Gabriel, who crosses early. Bertrand should just nod this back to the keeper, and that's very well done. Bowl it out to James Ward-Prowse. We are quite lucky in that we have three decent young central midfielders with Ward-Prowse, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg and Mario Lamina. So that's probably going to be the last place that we look to improve. I don't think at this moment in time we need to improve there, but the defence just opened up for Manolo Gabbiadini there. I'm quite disappointed in myself not being able to get the lead back. Nice header from Jack Stevens, who's come in and done well. And there's the strength of Oriol Romeu that I mentioned was probably one of his best assets. Nathan Redmond actually going to dart inside here. Could do with some support though. Nola Gabbiadini is there, took the last effort on his right, couldn't work it back or past the defender to get onto the left. So we will stay at 1-1 for now. Szymanowski, Perez to Szymanowski again. Gabriel, good delivery. And that's looping and dangerous, actually. Well done, Fraser Forster, for reading that and stepping across. That could have been awkward. It was awkward, but thankfully he dealt with it. I'm going to try and utilise the pace of Sofiane Boufal here. He's not the strongest, and I have to bear that in mind when bursting forward with him like that. But he's made a great run. I think he might just have been offside. I'll try and loft this over the keeper. He was, in fact, the wrong side of the defensive line. One thing I have noticed is that I don't have any options out wide off the bench currently. So I think, pretty sure, wide midfielders and wide defenders, or one signing in each position, is going to be where I want to strengthen first. Be a rotation midfielder and a rotation, or kind of a bench wide midfielder and a bench wing back. But I do believe that that's where I'd like to improve first. So bear that in mind when offering your suggestions, although to be fair, this far into the video, you've probably already commented, so feel free to go back and edit your comment, or, of course, feel free to just leave another one, but I think that's where I want to improve first, and I'll mention that at the beginning of episode 2, when I go and record that after this one, so that we can get some more comments from you in episode 2, perhaps slightly more prioritised comments once we've gotten this first game out of the way. They're playing good football here, and Gabriel hits the bar. That's the second time they've hit the woodwork here, Leganés. Whilst I have been pleased with the way that the side have played, the fact that we are only drawing against Leganés shows that, at least for the first few games of the season, or first few games of this save, I'm not necessarily going to have things go all my own way, which is what you would want, I guess, from a viewing perspective for a career mode with a mid-table Premier League side. You wouldn't want me walking stuff the way that we have done with Roma and Chelsea. So this one is going to be probably the most difficult series that I've done so far in FIFA, before, of course, the youth regen starts, and that one really will test my abilities. Here's Perez looking to come forward. Maybe we will yet see a winner in this tie, but which end of the field will it come at? I'm not sure. Boufal can't get that ball, just let it run, trying to race onto it, but that didn't work as a tactic. Alzar can't do anything, and we'll get this out here to Boufal. I'm not sure, though, whether there is time for one more opportunity. It looks that there will be. It looks like that there will be, but can I find someone? I see someone at the back post coming in, but Siavas just out muscles Gabbiadini there, and unfortunately, it's going to be a 1-1 draw against Leganés, so not the winning start I was after, but we have been able to prioritise where, initially, to start off with, we think we want to improve the team. Crucially, for the outcome of the group, it was a draw in the other game as well, so we're all still on 1 point, which is good news for us. If Bordeaux or Las Palmas had gotten a win and been a couple of points ahead after this first game, then that would have really put us on the back foot. But we should be all right. We'll just advance as far as the Bordeaux game and see if we get any offers in. Unfortunately, we've had 2 offers in so far, and they're for players that, at this stage, I'm not looking to sell. I would like some loan offers for some of the youngsters. I would consider selling some first-team players, but only if the finances are right, of course, because we'd have to replace them with good enough quality. And Colchester will come in for Jake Hesketh. That's an offer that I will accept straight away. Perhaps should have gone in to negotiate that just to make sure it went through, but never mind. We'll leave it as is. Right, so after playing game 1, and again, I will reiterate this at the beginning of episode 2, I do believe that I want some wide options. Because at present, other than Josh Sims, I don't really have any other wide players. Josh Sims, whilst he has good acceleration and sprint speed, isn't that good on the ball. And in fact, I will actually put him on the bench here and move them around. And I'll take Carrillo out from Mcqueen so that I have a left back, a centre back, a wide player, and a centre mid, and then obviously a striker as well. I'll go and rearrange that so everyone is in position order for my own OCD, but that'll be the end of episode 1. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content, and hit that notification bell too. Spam the comment section with all your suggestions for new signings, and I will take them on board, of course, in the next couple of episodes. Like I say, I'm going to go and record episode 2 now, so I'll play Bordeaux and Las Palmas in episode 2. Hopefully we'll get an even more definitive picture of where we need to improve, but on initial thoughts, after playing 1 game, wide midfielders, wide defenders. Again, I'll reiterate that at the start of the next episode as well. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you're excited about this series. I most certainly am. And I'll see you in episode